Genes are timelines and whiteness is a myth. And I can't make a TikTok long enough to explain all of this. Sound doesn't travel in a vacuum. A lot of Star Wars nerds, of which I am one, have, talked about how it's stupid that the ships go pew pew pew, right? Because sound doesn't travel in a vacuum. I posted a video on Facebook, and I thought YouTube too, but apparently not, talking about this. So the Earth has what's called the Schumann resonance, named after the person who discovered it, and it's a hum that we literally cannot live without. When people go to space, they have to listen to that, and it helps keep them incarnated in their Earth bodies, which just shows you probably shouldn't travel very far from your mother planet. But that's a whole other thing. That's a whole other video and topic. Okay, so if sound can't travel in a vacuum, then, and sound organizes matter, then matter can't travel in a vacuum. Right? So one of those has to be wrong. So essentially, planets make noise. Planets have resonances. They have harmonics. A lot of this is ratios having to do with the sun, because the sun is like the key of the music, essentially, and that's what we're incarnated into, is the event horizon of the sun. And we will find eventually that the solar limb, once we upgrade our telescopes and we have macroscopes, we will find that the outer layer, the etheric layer of the sun, actually is an event horizon. And we are actually, although, I'm not going to get into debates about space, but we're incarnated into the sun. The planetary bodies hold space. The Earth is simply the frequency that we are incarnated into and experiencing. That's our electron bracket that we're experiencing. The other dimensions, so-called, are the other brackets or notes or harmonics or chords, really, with the sun. And the sun is what we're actually incarnated into, and that is the Hieros Gamos, the sun and the earth. And so the idea of whiteness was actually created from a political situation in what we call Atlantis. And it was actually pronounced a little bit differently, but anyway. And it had to do with the islands that were very much like Hawaii. There was a main one, and that's where the idea of whiteness started. And that has moved, even in the last few decades, to account for political changes. But essentially, whiteness is all about the right to rule. So, stay tuned. This is a plug for my Facebook and YouTube, and I'm writing a lot of stuff, but I've got too many things going at once, so I'll put some links in the description, or at least tags, so follow along, please.